What's good, YouTube? Brian here, back again. Today we're going to do something a little different. We're going to do a gear review. We are not going to do rods. We're going to put that aside for a minute because I really want to talk about this particular piece of gear. This is a parka. It is by Blackfish Gear. Blackfish, if you don't know, is a brand under the Clam umbrella of products. Clam is kind of known in the ice fishing world. I know you people down south probably never heard of them, but up north, Clam is a very popular company. You see them everywhere. They're kind of known by their baby blue coloring. They're based here out of Minnesota. They have a big office over in Rogers. Anyway, they decided to make a brand that would appeal to anglers, especially bass anglers, all season, so that their kind of inventory and everything that they're focused on isn't just winter products. They kind of want to break into the summer market. So if you notice, Blackfish has been sponsoring a lot of pro anglers. They're trying to compete with like Hook and Sims and Gill and some of the other, outdoor fishing, external, some of the outdoor fishing outerwear companies. Now, I picked this particular parka up on sale. This thing was on clearance because I don't think Blackfish sold really well the first year, because all my local stores at the end of the summer, they were like doing 50% off Blackfish gear, and then they're doing another markdown on top of that. So I think this jacket, this parka, the Gail, retailed at like $120, and then I found it at a place that had it 50% off. So it was like $60, and then they knocked another 20% off. So I think I ended up getting this coat for like $37 or something like that, or like 35, under $40 for this thing. I thought it was a steal because this thing is like really well built. So I've had this for like 2 years now, and I just got to say that for the price I paid, this thing is amazing. Just one thing about this particular parka is that it's completely fleece lined. So a lot of parkas, when they have fleece lining, so if you can see, it's fleece all the way around. The fleece goes all the way up through the jacket into even the hood. So the hood is completely fleece lined, and the sleeves. Now, I've had some fleece lined pullovers and jackets in the past, and the fleece didn't go into the sleeves. So what's cool about this coat is the fleece goes all the way through it. The plus side is it is toasty warm. Like, you wear this thing with a pair of bibs like I do. I usually wear this jacket in the fall fishing. I actually wear this ice fishing sometimes. And I love wearing this out on the river when I'm wading in the winter. So this is a coat that, like, when you get some bibs over it, whatever, it's super warm, super comfy, really good range of mobility. It's kind of a stretchy material. It's not water resistant. This thing will get wet. I keep adjusting this. Like, the one thing I don't like about this thing is that this particular, I leave it open a lot. This particular thing sometimes comes up and hits my chin a little bit. It's kind of stiff, but that's, minor complaint. But what also is great about this is it has a liner that comes out on the wrist. So when you have it like this and then you cinch this up, you can get gloves over this thing pretty easily. So I like that. You can really tighten up the cuffs on the sleeves. Now, I'm a big outerwear nerd. I love really good outerwear. I got like Patagonia stuff, North Face, Marmot. I tend to go with more of the outerwear brands when I wear outerwear. I don't necessarily go with the fishing brands because unlike Sims is the one example of like someone who does it really well, where they do really great outerwear plus their stuff is really geared towards fishing. So you get the best of, like, they're like a company like a North Face or a Patagonia or Mountain Hardwear that makes really great outerwear but also gears it to fishing. And you got companies that just do stuff for fishing people like Hook, that I don't think their stuff's as good. Blackfish is new, so they're learning. The one thing I don't love about this particular coat is the looks. I think this thing's really ugly with the baby blue. I think I look like a big reveal party. Like, hey, having a baby boy. I don't love the aesthetics of this, but that is one of the things they changed. So if you go to the Blackfish Gear's website, I'll link it in the description. They've actually totally redone the color schemes on the current Gale models, which I actually like those a lot better. However, I'm not going to rebuy it because it's essentially the exact same parka. So the 2.0 is just they did a color refresh and they look way better. So I don't really particularly like the way this looks, but feels great, super toasty warm. I love that it's a pullover, which when I'm using bibs, like whether I'm wearing neoprene waders, or I'm wearing ice fishing bibs, or I'm wearing like my Gore-Tex Sims bibs, this thing is just a great coat to put on underneath. And the great thing about this is you don't need to layer. I literally wear a t-shirt under this thing and I'm good to go when it's like, we're talking, anywhere from 25 degrees to 40 degrees, I'm good in this thing. But if the weather starts to warm up and you're wearing this, you're gonna start sweating, man. This thing, I mean, I'm already just wearing this for the last like 10 minutes, just setting up this video and whatever. I'm already getting like kind of warm. I mean, this thing is hot. I also love that there's a fleece lined hood. So I've been out fishing on the river before, and I pop this hood up, and I have my sunglasses on and a beanie, and I'm like, the wind's kind of whipping at you. I mean, I'm super toasty warm. So I actually really like the Blackfish Gail parka, the fleece lined version. I don't actually know if they make a non-fleece line, but I'll link it in the description. But anyway, thumbs up to Blackfish. This thing is great. I also like the cut. All Blackfish's stuff is like old white guy approved because it's got like a lower cut around the butt. So when you're bending over, you know, you're not exposing people to things. So the Blackfish gear is definitely geared toward fishermen who got a few extra bucks. It's kind of more for that, like, you know, 30 plus crowd. You're not going to find young people rocking Blackfish. Shout out, sorry, but you're not. It's not that cool. But this particular parka is awesome. I know the rain suits people really like. I haven't owned one personally because of the way they fit. I tried them on and they just didn't really, I didn't really like the way the neck was and certain things. But but this, totally approved. I give this thing like a total, like, if it wasn't baby blue, I'd give it a 10 out of 10. I wish this thing was just like black. But, you know, I got it on clearance, so you do what you got to do. But you can tell it's dirty because I use it all the time. I have this thing in my boat. The zippers are really heavy duty. I love there's nylon here with a plastic, like a plastic holder. You can really get the zippers in and out really easily. I love the way the neck always zips up and down really easily. These are really good zippers. I've zipped these things up and down 1,000 times, and they're still as good as the day I bought it. So high marks on quality with this Blackfish stuff. Middle marks on aesthetics. I don't really like their look for the most part. Even on the newer stuff, I'm not really a big fan of it. I think Sims does the aesthetics way better personally. Value. This thing is $120 off the shelf at Blackfish, which is crazy. I would not pay $120 for this particular jacket retail. However, if you dig around, you can find a lot of Blackfish codes. You can find these on sale some places. Blackfish sponsors like a whole bunch of fishing leagues, which is great. And I have to give shout out to Blackfish because they do sponsor our Greenhorn Bass Tour. So they've been a great sponsor this year. They give us a code to use to order stuff to get like a discount. So don't pay full retail for Blackfish if you don't want to. I don't have a code personally to give out right now, but if someone wants to drop one in the comments, that would be awesome. But anyway, just want to say, if you're looking for a really heavy-duty, warm parka, when you don't want to wear a full-on jacket, like you don't want a heavy jacket, but you really want to stay warm and you want to keep like mobility, love this thing. It's a great coat. I actually use it like when we're camping sometimes. Just a great warm coat. So shout out to Blackfish. Love the jacket, and we'll see you on the next review.